Good morning guys, good morning YouTube. So today we are like 3.5 weeks out pretty much. So this is the 4-week out vlog and it's going to be a really exciting day. The last few days I've realised that I'm actually like moving into new territory in terms of conditioning. This is literally the leanest I've ever been, which is so exciting. Still 4 weeks away from the show. Being at this condition, it's definitely very promising. And you know, I definitely think that it's surpassing my best previous look in 2019. I was around like really depleted though. I was like 72.6 kilos. This morning I woke up, I was 74.8. I'm not as depleted as that. So that's like a half a kilo there. And then on top of that, I like to think I've added some muscle since then. So I'm definitely, and also with the look and the fullness in terms of the life that the physique is holding, you know, it's the leanest I've ever looked. So yeah, today we're training pool as well. I'm going to give you a run through of my pool session at 3.5 weeks out. And yeah, it's going to be a really good day, but I'm going to show you the look right now because it is the most shredded I think I've ever been. So yeah, enjoy. I was actually saying on Instagram how like I was really worried about prepping with a son. Like Milo I thought he was going to keep me up all night. I kid you not, it's actually been so easy, and if anything, this is the best sleep I've ever had on a prep. He literally sleeps through the night, like 9 PM to 8 AM. So he makes me sleep better because I have to get to sleep when he goes to sleep. So yeah, the dream baby. Yeah, Ruby gets up in the night for me. when she needs to.
Sometimes he gets 8 hours of sleep, isn't there? Yeah.
So I'm going to show you the supplements that I have first thing in the morning, just for health, because it's really important to stay on top of stuff like that. You know, there's the obvious supplements that you want to have as a bodybuilder for your bodybuilding, but you shouldn't sideline just like standard health itself, because especially. Like obviously I'm not assisted, but if you are assisted as well, then these things are even more important. That I just started been taking because I started feeling ill, and AJ told me to get this. It's really good immunity sup, which actually tastes really good. So I've been doing this first thing in the morning. Just mixing it with water. After vitamin C, omega-3 for heart health, and then vitamin D3 with K2. So it's important to have it with K2 because vitamin D, like too much vitamin D on its own, can promote calcification of your like joints. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to be having too much vitamin D on its own, so you need to have vitamin D3 and K2 supplemented. It does bump the price up a bit though, unfortunately. But yeah, these are the things that I have every morning because, you know, especially in prep right now, it's like I just can't afford to get ill, especially as we move out of summer. You know, I really need to stay on top of this because if I get ill, like what am I going to do on prep? It's not ideal. You know, you're in a deficit. You've got to get to the gym, and you know I don't want that. I do not want that to happen. That'd be a bit of a disaster. So yeah, this is my morning routine, sups-wise, and yeah. So just stay on top of it, guys. It's really important. Like. Just stay on top of your health throughout, and you know, it's very easy to forget about these sort of things. So guys, I've had a few people ask me actually how I make my cream of rice, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it, because a lot of the time people are like, oh, why do I always make like cream of concrete? And you know, they make it really thick or clumpy. Complete strength chocolate salted caramel cream of rice, really like this flavour. I prefer the cinnamon cereal in my opinion. But this is a really nice one. So I'm going to have 100 grams of this, which is 75 grams of carbs. So 100 grams, 500 millilitres of water. So that's roughly the ratio, so like 5 times the amount of water to the cream of rice. But then the secret is to use a fork. Don't mix with a spoon, mix with a fork, because then it just mixes it in really well. You're like whisking it. Because if there's any clumps that are left when you cook it, it's just going to turn into a massive clump. So I just whisk this all so it's all mixed. And you'll find it always builds up at the bottom and the middle. But really whisk it hard at like the bottom part. You do 2 minutes stir, then you do 1 minute stir with the fork, whisk it, and then I put it back in, 40 seconds, out again, stir, 40 seconds, out again, stir. You want to whisk it hard, and then eventually you'll get to the consistency you want. You just keep doing 40-second periods until it looks like where you want it to be. And yeah, that'll be it. So I'll do that, and then I'll show you the last little touches that I do. So this is how it looks at the end. It's literally just no clumps, perfect consistency. Yeah, it takes a little bit longer, but it is so good. And then the final things I'm going to do, salt. I'm going to add 25 grams of dark chocolate on top. Cannot complain with that. Lovely. So we're literally like 1 hour out from training pool. So I shifted my pre-workout meal to literally just 1 hour before. Just because now at prep, my hunger being really high and I'm just processing through food so quick now, being really responsive. I find it's a lot better now just eating an hour before. Otherwise, if I eat like in the off season, you know, I'd sometimes do 2 hours before, but if I did that, by the end of my session, I would just be absolutely fucked. Like, just completely tired, like hungry, driving back from the gym, which is the worst feeling. Like, it's always the worst time of the day post-workout on prep. So yeah, eating this an hour before, just gonna chill out and watch some YouTube. And yeah, I'll be breaking down my pool session today at 4 weeks out and just showing you like why I'm programming and stuff like that, like what movements. But yeah, we'll get into that later, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this and see you in the next clip. So I'm about to head to the gym to train pool, and I'm just gonna get MV3 in. So I'm having like 15 grams of this now for push and pull sessions, and then 20 grams on leg days and density days. So getting quite high on the dosage, but I've literally got a week and a half left before I can't even have this anymore. So mine is just agreeing. I'm going to make the most of this and just have as much as possible before I can't, because at 2 weeks out you can't have this if you're in natural shows. It's DMA, I think, dimethylene ariagerensis. You can't have that 2 weeks out if you're in a natural show. So yeah, going to make the most of this, 15 grams, just to suppress the appetite. And yeah, we'll see you at the gym. I wasn't going to do a voiceover, but the gym's really quiet, the music's quiet, and I can just talk to you guys like this, and it'll be fine. So you'll see we're starting off on the Bravo and doing a single arm pull down. Really good setup. If you haven't got access to a Bravo, just set up on like a normal cable stack. Set up an upright bench, sit off the back of it, and then we're cueing a bleep down on the side that we're trying to pull down to activate that lat. And then you're just going to drive that elbow down in front of the body to get the lat short. So you'll see that's what we're doing in this movement. We're starting off on a pull down, getting the lat short when it's fresh, because as you go through the session, your ability to shorten the lat is going to drop off and you're not going to be able to do it. So we're going to start on that, isolate the lat, get it short, get everything pumped, and then we're going to move into more like compound movements where everything's firing and we're able to fire the lats really well after that as well. So you'll notice like the most important thing with this is alignment. So like if you're too narrow, you're not going to be able to get the lat short. If you put them down like this, then your lat's limited. So you want to align so everything is moving in this line with your outer lat. That's why doing pull downs with like a V grip like this is awful, because you can't get the lat short. So alignment on this is so important for getting the lat as short as possible. movement is dual arm dumbbell rows. So I used to do barbell rows, which is a really good movement. I love that movement, but it is a little bit of a challenging movement when you're very light in body weight. And the dual arm dumbbell row is a lot more accurate in terms of what you can create. The elbow path can be a lot more accurate. You don't need a lot of body weight. It's not going to pull you out of position as much. So I'm just running one set on these, and I'm pausing at the bottom and really controlling the weight. So I'm just keeping as accurate as possible with this. I think barbell rows have a great place, however, like a dual arm dumbbell row, it just allows you to sort of just set up the elbow path perfectly to hit your lats. And right now I need accuracy as much as possible. Whilst also I feel like this, it's a lot less fatiguing on my recovery. So I can do this and the upper back is just going to be fucked for like days and days. So if you are in the depths of prep, look to utilise like a dumbbell row. Now you're probably wondering why not do this on a bench, like chest supported. This movement has a place for me in terms of the glute and hamstring involvement. So leaning forward, bending over with weight, I want to be doing that because I want to work my lower back, my glutes and hammies. If I'm on a chest support, I'm not doing that. So yes, this is for lats, but it's also an upper back, but it's also for the whole posterior chain sort of thickness. So that's why I'm not doing it chest supported as well. Reps again. Body weight literally as follows: 74.8 kilos now. I went into that set thinking like, fuck the body weight, it does not matter. It's all mind over mass at this point. You can do it if you just believe in it. You've got to just really suck in at this point and just chase performance, and that's what's going to hold the tissue. Right, so going on to standard pull downs. Bar's in the upper lat, so it's like basically like you're doing a pull up. You're not pulling down like right in front of you, you're letting your elbows go back a bit just to get that upper lat involved as well. It's kind of like a hybrid between like lower lat and upper lat on this. I'm just going like slightly more back, just like down in front of me, but not like elbows tucked. I'm letting it just move naturally. Back on the Bravo, doing an upper back row. The reason I'm doing it one arm is because I have this issue where my scap, like one side was mobilising a lot easier than the other. And when I was doing like a lat spread, they wouldn't open up as much. So I'm just really working on moving each side on their own. Just because I feel like if I do them together, I can sometimes lock up more on one side. And it's helped my posing a lot. And I actually feel like this is way more accurate. You should give this a go if you have this set up. You can hold on with your free arm, you can just focus on the traction and retraction of the scapula. This alignment's perfect, just with a D handle, just a normal pronated grip, and you're just moving that scapula. So this is the last back movement, just isolating the upper back. Right, so the next thing we're going to use is this pre-core preacher curl, and you'll notice the padding is all fresh and like extended. So if you've used this before, you understand when I say like you can't fully lengthen your arm because the pad's too short, and you get to like here and it touches and the resistance drops off. But the coach got an extra long pad, so you can fully lengthen out your bicep, and the resistance doesn't drop off, and it is so much better now. So I love this movement. This is the best preacher curl setup that I've used. Every rep, I'm like fully straightening my arm and lengthening. I see people preacher curls way too often just kind of doing this. And you know, if you want to train this area of your bicep, you need to lengthen out, straighten out your arm, pause there, and really control that area of the movement, area of the rep. If you want like to grow the peak of your bicep, do not like train like half of the rep. Go all the way down, all the way up. It's so important. So if your gym has one of these, definitely use it. It's just a single rope, so good for hammer curls. Just go like this. If they don't, what you can do though is on a dual rope, tie a knot, and then just attach it at the bottom where the knot is, and then you can do single rope as well. I love this movement for the brachialis, it's so good. It's mad how like I can just tell how flat I am right now. Just like whenever I train arms, it's the one thing that I can just like instantly know when I'm flat. You can just see like the muscles like moving, but the veins are just not quite there, and there's like this slight gap between the skin and the muscle. And you know, it's what we need to get into true contest conditioning. Do not be scared of running flat. You know, it is what it is right now, but the minute that we carb up, I'm going to be so thankful for just pushing through these stages and not like feeding up just the minute I see myself flat. You know, that's not what's going to get my glutes all the way in. Just pushing along, keep going right now, and just, yeah, it's going to show. So that's a wrap for Paul. Just gonna finish off with posing with Charlie. Did 8-second holds, the usual, and then we're all done. So I just wrapped up a really good pool session at the coach. It was surprisingly really good because my last couple sessions have been okay-ish, but performances have been dropping a little quicker than the usual. But today was really good, so very happy about that. And felt a little bit fuller weirdly today, not sure why, but we'll take it. And you probably saw from the posing there, fullness is still okay. Like, yeah, I am flat, but not as flat as I've been the last couple of days, so really happy about that. Really enjoyed training today with Ruby. Not often we get to train together, so that was really nice. My parents are looking after Milo, so really nice to just have a session, just us two. And yeah, so gonna get home, eat because I'm starving. But yeah, that was a very good session. So just wrapping up the day with some programming for clients and just chilling out now. So I always have this routine. It's like every morning I will, do my check-ins for clients. I'll go gym, I'll come back, I'll finish off with check-ins and then do programming. And, I'm really making sure there's some time in the day where I'm chilling out. It's even in the off season, but even more so in prep. You've got to have times where you just put up your feet and just relax, get into that parasympathetic state where you just digest food well, you recover. If you can't switch off, then you're not going to be rested. So just be wary of that. As bodybuilders, we can be training so hard, and then if you're a coach as well, on top of that, you can have a lot going on. So just chill out. But yeah, it's been a really good day, and I'm actually feeling a lot better now. This morning was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. I was just feeling it like crazy. But after a really good session and perhaps some alpha GPC in the mix from that superhuman pump, mentally I'm feeling really good. So it's funny what can happen, how things can change. And sometimes I feel guilty. It's like when you feel good, it's like, surely I should be feeling good. Shouldn't I be digging in? Am I going to be getting leaner? But it's all part of the process. You have ups, you have downs on prep. So just don't overthink it, just get on with the day. And yeah, the secret to a successful prep is to not overthink how you're feeling. Just disconnect from it a little bit. Don't just become some emotionless zombie, but just try and disassociate from oh, I feel bad, oh, I feel good, I feel bad, because then when it is bad, you're just gonna let that get the best of you. But yeah, it's exciting. 3.5 weeks out. Hopefully you enjoyed this 4 weeks out vlog, and yeah, gonna keep the videos coming, and actually think we're going to be ramping it up to two videos a week very, very soon. So if you like these videos, just subscribe. Let me know if you prefer the vlogs. I think people do, so I'm going to keep them coming. I really enjoy filming them. But yeah, final stages of fat loss now. It's all coming together. I can't wait to get on stage now. I would say it's been a while, but it hasn't been that long. I competed last year, but this is a year that it just is, it's all coming together. I can feel it, I can tell it's all coming together really well. And yeah, when I step on stage, I feel like this time around I'm going to be proud of what I'm bringing, whereas last time it all went to shit last time and it was just not a fun experience. So yeah, itching to get on stage now. Last bits of fat loss to do, and yeah, we will be ready. So like and subscribe, all of that stuff as usual, and I will see you in the next video. See you guys soon.